South Point is also proud to provide a variety of relaxing amenities for the guests who want to be pampered. We have 11 amazing restaurants featuring a wide variety for every price range and appetite. South Point's Garden Buffet has something for everyone at unbeatable prices. Or, if hunger strikes in the middle of the night, join us at Coronado Cafe. The American menu offers breakfast, lunch, or dinner 24 hours a day, plus a Chinese kitchen for authentic Chinese dishes from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. From steak and eggs to wonton soup, it's fast and friendly service 24/7. When you need a quick pick-me-up, you can find it at our state-of-the-art Starbucks just inside the main South Point entrance. Order ahead with the Starbucks app for easy mobile order pickups. Or enjoy your favorites in the relaxing dining area anytime, day or night. If you love Mexican food, Baja Miguel's has all of your south of the border favorites. There are dozens of classics to choose from, like fajitas, ceviche, chimichangas, tacos, and more. And for spirit lovers, Baja's colorful non-smoking tequila bar is right outside.
Hi, I'm Kurt Angle. I represented the United States in the Olympics in 1996 and won a gold medal. Then I parlayed that into a pro wrestling career. I saw a commercial a few years ago.
Tunnel to Towers Foundation made a promise.
The Tunnel to Towers Foundation is paying off the mortgages for Gold Star families with young children. I thought, this is really cool. I want to be a part of it. My dad served in the Army for 30 years. We didn't have a lot of money, but he made sure we had what we needed. He set a great example for all of us. But he died in a construction accident my freshman year in high school. When he died, we didn't have any income coming in, and we ended up being forced to move out of our house. I was devastated. So I understand what these families are going through, and to have an organization like Tunnel to Towers come in and pick you up and carry you and give you a home to live in, I think that's just amazing. I'd like to ask you to donate $11 a month to support these efforts by going to t2t.org or calling 1-844-BRAVEST.
Big-time, nighttime pools are always at Los Alamitos, with early Pick 4 pools of more than $175,000 on most nights, and a late Pick 4 pool of more than $150,000 on most nights. Plus, our Pick 6 pools have reached record figures in 2025, including a total pool of over $370,000 on June 15th, and record Pick 6 payouts. Big-time, nighttime pools every weekend at Los Alamitos.
The following is a Race Day Las Vegas presentation in association with Siraco Productions Limited on the Race Day Las Vegas Radio Network.
Live from the gaming capital of the world, time for Race Day Las Vegas, covering the sport of kings with a Las Vegas perspective. Now to the race desk with your host, Ralph Siraco.
From the backstretch to the turf club, at the racebooks and on the internet, to all horse players around the world, a good morning.
Alrighty, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Race Day Las Vegas radio program. We come to you live and direct from the gaming capital of the world, Las Vegas, Nevada, right here at our studio station. And our studio, the studio station, of course, YouTube. Our studio here at the South Point, at the South Point Hotel Casino Complex on Las Vegas Boulevard in Las Vegas, your gaming capital. And, of course, on the YouTube streaming network, the South Point streaming YouTube network. We welcome you to the show. We welcome all of you listening to us here in town on our anchor radio station, Race Day Las Vegas's anchor radio station, KSHP, Sports Talk 1400 AM and 107.1 FM as well. We got you covered on our websites, racedaylasvegas.com, .vegas.world, .global, iPhone, Android, and Google phone. Got you covered too with the apps. Of course, the KSHP app, you can listen through the radio station. The YouTube app, you can see and hear us through YouTube on your devices, as well as anywhere you get your podcasting. Simply put, however, wherever, whenever. Welcome to the Race Day Show for this Friday as we ramp it up to a big weekend. And the weekend starts tonight. We've got a big racing card at Charlestown. The $1 million Charlestown Classic is tonight. The $750,000 Charlestown Oaks is tonight. On a monster card at Charlestown, so much so that when you show up with the money, you show up with the big boys. The Ortiz brothers will be there, and quite a few other jockeys, famous jockeys that'll be converging on Charlestown today. They're going to have an earlier post time, too, and a big monster card. That leads the way to tomorrow's big Travers Day. 14 races at Saratoga tomorrow on Travers Day, and, of course, we have six stakes races with purses totaling over $3,650,000. The centerpiece, of course, is the Travers Stakes. Of those 6 races, there are 5 Grade 1s, and 3 of those Grade 1s are Breeders' Cup winning your ends. Just setting the table for you for a big day tomorrow, and, of course, today as well at Charlestown. Interesting kind of game of, switching a little puzzles here. Okay, you got it? We got little chips being changed here. Yesterday, we had the nominations for the Pacific Classic, which is 1 week from Saturday, tomorrow. 1 week from tomorrow, the 30th of the month, will be the Pacific Classic at Del Mar. Now, we were all waiting to see journalism work out and find out if, the connections have decided to take on the older horses for the first time in the Pacific Classic. But when the nominations closed yesterday, journalism was amongst those that are nominated for the Pacific Classic. And you remember that White Abarrio, who they intended to go down to the Pacific Classic, decided to change plans and is now going for the Jockey Club Gold Cup there at Saratoga. And so with that changing, Mr. Mike Rapoli and Todd Pletcher decided, well, let's take a look at Fierceness, because they don't want Fierceness and Mindframe, racing together. Mindframe's intended to go into the Jockey Club Gold Cup, so they nominated Fierceness to the Pacific Classic next Saturday. So here's the convergence we might have. We might have Fierceness, journalism, and Nisos. All 3 of those were nominated to the Pacific Classic for 1 week from tomorrow. And if they all intend off of those nominations to start in the Pacific Classic, it is going to be a classic where that turf meets the surf. We'll wait and see. They're going to draw for that race, of course, a little bit later on next week. But this is going to be exciting now with the nominations. All of a sudden, Fierceness goes, White Abarrio goes there, bada bing, bada bong. Might turn out to be great. And we'll wait and see if journalism will be the first of the 3-year-old class to go against the older horses in the handicap division race in the Pacific Classic. In the meantime, we have the Travers. We have all of those great grade ones running tomorrow in a 14-race card at Saratoga. And, of course, today, the Charlestown Classic at Charlestown. It's going to be a fun end of the August, end of the month, going into Labor Day. Remember, we also want to remind you, we can do this ahead of time, but you know we're always doing it. The Monday Labor Day holiday card will have a special Monday holiday Labor Day Race Day Las Vegas show, as we always do on the Mondays after Labor Day. So we will do that again. We'll have a Monday Labor Day show. So it's going to be great. Okay? Now, that was really a lot of fun watching that happen. Also, yesterday on FanDuel TV, I don't know if you saw it later on in the day when they were kind of looking for subject matters after the bulk of the racing during the day happens. Usually there's a lot of time in between for the crew there, the announcers and the people on set have a chance to talk a little bit about racing, etc., between races at Del Mar. Later on in the day, Todd Schrupp posed a challenge to all the watchers on FanDuel, courtesy of Mike Rapoli, the owner of Fierceness. Mike Rapoli on X, which used to be Twitter, asked people what they thought, whether he should run Fierceness in the Pacific Classic. And so Todd was lobbying on Fierceness on FanDuel. He said, everybody on FanDuel, get on X and tell Rapoli to go ahead and send him out. And if that's the case and they have responded, we'll wait and see if they respond to that and actually have him go out to the Pacific Classic. So that was really interesting there. Bob Baffert, what a meet he's having with his 2-year-olds. I remember I was asking Jon Lindo yesterday of Baffert's 16 wins when he went through the jockey trainer update. I asked him if the 16 wins of Baffert, how many of them were 2-year-olds? Well, we found out with a little research that half of those 16 wins that Baffert's had at Del Mar this year were 2-year-olds, 8 2-year-olds. And he's got 2 more big-priced, expensive 2-year-olds that are going to make their debut on Saturday. In the first race tomorrow will be a horse called Poltarch and Providence. All right? Poltarch and Providence. 2 horses with the big price tags for Bob Baffert unleashing in another maiden 2-year-old race there. Amazing. All right. We have Jonathan Hardoon on the show today, along with Rich Eng and Jerry Jacovitz and Jon Lindo. Our handicappers pulled a big goose egg yesterday. And you know what happened on Wednesday? They were not mutters on Wednesday. Well, they hit a goose egg again yesterday. And so our handicappers say, we got to put them on notice, man. We got to get these guys starting to give us some winners for this weekend. Here's what happened yesterday at Saratoga. Ricardo Santana having a big meet at Saratoga, won the first race for Ed Barker and paid $10 even. That was his first win of the day for Santana. Kendrick Carmouche got his first win of the day in the first of the 2 stakes races yesterday at Saratoga. The Fleet Indian aboard Vehemente, who went wire to wire, perfectly timed ride for Kendrick Carmouche for Joe Sharp. Vehemente wins the Fleet Indian at $11.40, outrunning K-Cup, the big favorite in the race, who finished second, and Valentina, who finished third. And then Yoel Rosario gave trainer Kerry Brion, her first win of the day yesterday at Saratoga. She actually had 2 wins yesterday at Saratoga. First one came in the 4th race with Rosario paying $4.60 as the favorite. Santana came back in the 5th race for his second win of the day for Mitchell Friedman, paying $22.20. That capped off an early pick 5 yesterday at Saratoga, paid $7,953.25. Big pick 5 payoff in the first 5 races yesterday at Saratoga. And then in the 6th race, Manny Franco guided Brad Cox, 2-year-old maiden, to victory. Donna Romano, that paid $11.80. And Jonathan Hardoon's horse finished second in the race. I got to ask Jonathan about it because his horse was leading, turning for home. And for some reason, the jockey drifted off the rail, and the winner rolled right up the rail and got him. Wondered, in the old days, those jocks used to never open up the inside rail. They say, if you want to beat me, you go outside of me. but that was not the case yesterday. Jonathan's horse finished second in the 6th race as a result of a nice rail run by the winner. All right, then in the 8th race, Jose Ortiz won for Steve Asmussen in their first win together with Perfect Shot, paying $10.20. They came right back in the second stakes race of the day, the Albany, in the 9th race with Iron Dome. Iron Dome wins easily for Steve Asmussen and Jose Ortiz. They go back-to-back wins together. They win the Albany with the big favorite Iron Dome paying $260, outrunning Hit the Post and King's Leap. Iron Dome is now 3 for 3 in his career. And I can tell you this, last 2 races, as a matter of fact, all 3 of his races were easy wins. This horse, watch out for Iron Dome a little bit later on. Easy rocking chair win there in the Albany for Ortiz and Asmussen. And then Kendrick Carmouche got his second win of the day in the final race for Carrie Briand, who won 2 races. That trainer won 2 races yesterday, and that horse paid $17.40. Late pick 5, $5,200 and change. The pick 6 paid $32,774.50. Del Mar yesterday was a kind of an in-and-out day. Yesterday at Del Mar, first race winner, Antonio Fresu's first win for Mark Glatt paid $380. And our man Jonathan Hardoon's horse finished second in that race. So Jonathan had a couple of second-place finishes yesterday on the card yesterday. In the second race, Mutt Dillon for Paula Caspestro and Armando Aguilar paid $74.60, beating the 1-5 favorite in the race. 7 horses in the race. The 1-5 favorite finished off the board in the second race. Big winner, $74.60. Third race winner paid $560. The fourth race winner, Antonio Fresu's second win for Steve Miotti, paid $360. In this race, Rich Ang's play, his pick in the race, the one-horse final table lady, came out of the gate, ran about 4 strides, and then made a left turn, crashed into the inside railing, and was running loose on the infield. The jockey and the horse are okay, but Richie's horse crashed into the inner railing. You could see where the handicappers were going yesterday. They were all over the place. It was a full moon day for our handicappers yesterday. The winner of that race, Antonio Fresu's second win for Steve Miotti, paid $360. Umberto Rispoli got his first win in the 5th race with Carla Gaines paying $7 even. Rispoli came back right in the 6th race, the next race, for his second win for Brian Corner, paying $11.40. And all in all, on the day, a lot of favorites winning. As a matter of fact, that $74 horse, if you added up all of the other horses that won yesterday, put them all together, did not come to the payoff of that $74.60 winner in the second race. Pick 6 paid $521.60 yesterday at Del Mar. All right, that's it at Del Mar. Time to get started today. We're washing our hands with all the crazy bad luck these handicappers had yesterday, although Jonathan's horses did run second in both of his picks. And we'll get started with starting anew today. We're going to get those winners from these handicappers. And, of course, your racing menu. That all starts right after this. Don't go away. We'll be back.
South Point Casino has plenty of attractions for the whole family. Catch a movie. Our 16-screen movie theater includes 2 XD Extreme screens for the ultimate in viewing, sound, and luxury. After the show, treat the family to a variety of treats at our old-fashioned ice cream parlor, Kate's Corner. We scoop up a variety of creamy concoctions, including smoothies, hand-dipped cones, milkshakes, malts, sodas, and sundaes. At Kate's, there's something for everyone. And if you've still got time to spare, our bowling center might be right up your alley. Voted Best of Las Vegas, it's a great place for friends and family fun. 64 lanes, a pro shop, snack bar, and arcade. And while the kids are bowling, you can play slots and sip on a drink in the Alley Cat Lounge while overlooking the lanes. For our more serious and professional bowlers, the South Point is also home to a separate tournament bowling plaza.
Big-time nighttime pools are always at Los Alamitos, with early pick 4 pools of more than $175,000 on most nights, and a late pick 4 pool of more than $150,000 on most nights. Plus, our pick 6 pools have reached record figures in 2025, including a total pool of over $370,000 on June 15th, and record pick 6 payouts. Big-time nighttime pools every weekend at Los Alamitos.
All right, back on Race Day Las Vegas. Weather here in Las Vegas, it's going to be a hot one again today. We're right now, 91 degrees. We're going to get up to 109. 91 right now outside. We're going to get up to 109. Excessive heat warning through tomorrow night. Stay hydrated, lots of water. Check on the elderly and people who have a hard time with the hot weather. And, of course, keep the kids and the pets in. Don't let them out too long in that heat, okay? Stay hydrated, please. All right, as far as the rest of the country, pretty hot too. Miami 91, New York 84, but it looks like a great day of racing there in New York. Chicago 81, and of course, Phoenix, Arizona, the hottest spot in the country at 111 today. Los Angeles 97, so it should be a little warm down there, but it's always perfect. You know how it is at the beach. Come on, it's right on the shore there, right on the beach there where the turf meets the surf at Del Mar. Here's your racing menu for today. By the way, it looks like, as far as precipitation, nothing anywhere to worry about as far as track conditions around the country. Here's the menu for today. First post time Pacific, you know the deal. If you're not in the Pacific time zone, adjust to it so you don't miss anything like I miss Mom and Dad. First post times Pacific. These will be the post times rolling out in the racebook here at South Point today. We begin with Belterra Park. Belterra Park has 8 races today, and their first post time is at 9:35. We've got Gulfstream Park next. Gulfstream Park, they've got their Rainbow Pick 6 jackpot carryover at $86,720 today. That's the pot there today, the carryover. First post time, 9:50 at Gulfstream. And it's also 9:50 at Ellis Park, where they have 9 races at Ellis Park today. Their Pick 6 jackpot is a biggie. $154,672 in the Pick 6 jackpot carryover at Ellis Park. 9 races, first post time also at 9:50. Then we go to Saratoga. Saratoga has 10 races today. It is sunny, 64 degrees. And, of course, the turf races, the Mellon Turf Course, will host races 1 and 10. The Inner Turf Course will have races 6 and 9. A couple of stakes races today. The $150,000 Seeking the Ante Stakes for 2-year-old fillies at 6 furlongs will be the third race on the card. And that race sees a field of 6 before scratches. Favorite in there at 4 to 5 is Iron Orchid with Joel Rosario aboard. Later on, the 9th race will be that Yadu Stakes. The Yadu Stakes at 1 mile and 16th on the Inner Turf Course for fillies and mares 3-year-olds and up. An overflow field there, so we'll have some scratches there. But the morning line favorite in this race is Lukewarm at 7 to 2. That is Spinning Colors with John Velasquez aboard. 10 races Saratoga today. First post time is at 10:10. 10:10 at Saratoga. Monmouth Park from the shores of New Jersey. Monmouth Park has a first post time today for 8 races set at 11 a.m. 11 a.m. at Monmouth. Then we go to Colonial Downs. Colonial Downs has 8 races, 3 dirt races, 5 turf races today at Colonial Downs. First post time is at 1 o'clock this afternoon. 1 o'clock at Colonial Downs. Woodbine has 8 races. Their first post time is at 1:30 at Woodbine. Woodbine's first post time is 1:30 for their 8-race card. Charlestown, big day of racing tonight at Charlestown. And it'll be an early post time. First post at Charlestown today is 2 p.m. Pacific time. 13 races there. 6 stakes races. 5 thoroughbred stakes races, and of course 2 overnight thoroughbred stakes races. They're all thoroughbreds. But in any case, it'll roll out like this. The $75,000 Sadie Hawkins Stakes will be the 5th race on the card. Maggie's Girl is the 8 to 5 favorite there. Then you have the Misty Bennett Pink Ribbon Stakes. That'll be the 8th race on the card. Just 4 horses in this race. Big 3-5 favorite there is Bahava, running tonight at Charlestown. 3-5 on the morning line with Irad Ortiz Jr. 4 jockeys riding in this race at Charleston to give you an idea of how big the Charleston races are tonight. The 4 jockeys in the race are Luis Saez, Irad Ortiz Jr., Brian Hernandez, and Tyler Gaffleone. Enough said. All right, the Hilton Memorial, the Robert Hilton Memorial is the 9th race on the card. 7 furlongs for 3 year-olds and $500,000 up for grabs in this one. Morning line favorite at 5-2 is Owen Almighty. Owen Almighty is there with Tyler Gaffleone. The Grade 2 Charlestown Oaks for the 3-year-old fillies for a purse of $750,000. 10 go in this race. The 2-1 morning line favorite is from Southern California. Vodka with the Twist goes to Charlestown tonight for Phil D'Amato. 2-1 favorite, Louis Saez aboard. And Safi Joseph Jr. has 4 fillies in this race. 4 of them. Indy Bay, Andrea, Love You Morgan, and Paradise City. All will be saddled by Safi Joseph Jr. tonight. That's the Charlestown Oaks. And then the main event, the $1 million Grade 2 Charlestown Classic at 1 1/8 for 3-year-olds and up, a field of 8, and the 7-5 favorite in this race, with Safi Joseph Jr. saddling him, will be Skippy Longstocking with Jose Ortiz aboard, looking for his 3rd consecutive win in this Charlestown Classic. Skippy Longstocking. And then, of course, the last race, the 13th race, will be the Frank Gall Memorial Stakes there. So all in all, you can see that it's going to be a big day of racing at Charlestown, and it starts early at 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock at Charlestown. Charlestown's first post time, 2 o'clock this afternoon. All righty. Penn National has 7 races. Super High 5 jackpot carryover there, $13,860. First post time Penn National for 7 races, $245. Del Mar, it's Friday, so it's a twilight post time. 3 o'clock, first post, 3 o'clock, first post at Del Mar with 8 races at the beach there. Del Mar's first post time, 3 o'clock this afternoon for 8 races. Evangeline Downs has 9 races. Their first post time is at 3:30 at Evangeline. Prairie Meadows has 10 races. 3-quarter horses will be the first 3 on the card, and then 7 thoroughbred races. Prairie Meadows has a Super High 5 jackpot carryover, $83,275. And they have a Pick 5 jackpot carryover of $12,323. First post time, Prairie Meadows, 4 p.m. Remington Park. They have 9 races. Their first post time is also at 4 p.m. at Remington Park. Remington Park, 4 p.m. And we wrap it up with Emerald Downs in the Great Northwest. Emerald Downs, first post time for 9 races, 7 p.m. They have a Pick 5 carryover at Emerald Downs of $78,841. $78,841 in a regular Pick 5 carryover at Emerald Downs. They also have, of course, their Pick 6 jackpot carryover. That's $12,382. First post time, Emerald Downs, 7 p.m. That's your racing menu. A very unusual racing menu today for this Friday. Let's go to Jonathan Hardoon standing by out there. Jonathan, good morning.
Good morning, Ralph. How are you?
Charlestown. Big night at Charlestown, huh, buddy?
Yeah, everybody's going there. I mean, it's amazing. They're going to be there, and then they're riding back at New York tomorrow. So, I don't know. I guess they have an early post, but it's going to be a long day for a lot of these riders.
Well, let's put it this way. I'm sure they're not taking the regular airlines. I'm sure they got a little private jet working there for these guys. They're going to be riding Saratoga. They go down to Charlestown. They're riding at Charlestown, back to Saratoga, because there's big bucks up for grabs at Charlestown. And although we're not going to go through all the races, I do want to at least take a look at the Charlestown Oaks and the Charlestown Classic. The Oaks, of course, will be the 10th race on the card at 7 furlongs for 3-year-old fillies. Remember, Charlestown, 7 furlongs will be the 2 turns there because it's not a mile track. But post time here in Las Vegas, Pacific post time, will be 6:44. It'll be 6:44 our time here in Las Vegas. So with that, Safi Joseph Jr. got stacked with 4 3-year-olds, but Phil D'Amato's got the favorite in the race as well with Vodka with the Twist.
Yeah, well, you have to remember this is a bull ring, Ralph. So
Yeah.
you go around a couple of times, and being drawn inside is a big edge. And Safi Joseph has the rail horse with Irad Ortiz climbing aboard Indy Bay, and I think she's going to be ultra tough in this spot.
All right. So number one, Indy Bay, you think is going to get the trip and take the shortest route around in the bull ring there.
Yeah.
Okay. That is Indy Bay, and of course, vodka with a twist. It's going to be. Has Louis Saez ridden this horse before?
No. Pratt's been on the horse. Frisso's been on the horse. Kyle Frey, Irad Ortiz, Mike Smith, Flavian Pratt. No Luis Saez.
I guess.
If he's available and sitting in the jocks room, you might as well use him because he's pretty good.
Yes, he is, and he knows how to get a horse out of the gate. So maybe Charlestown is a very tricky racetrack. There have been a lot of good horses that have gone there and run real bad. We want to mention that, but it is a tricky track, and some horses like it, some don't. But Saez, maybe Saez, gave them the heads up that he knows how to ride that track. We'll wait and see. Of course, the $1 million Grade 2 Charlestown Classic, a mile and 1/8, so they'll be zipping around quite a few turns there, maybe 3 of them to be exact. Before they're done in that.
I think, Ralph, to tell you, I think they go around more than 3 times, but who knows? You're probably right.
Whatever the case may be, they're going to get dizzy going around that track for $1 million. Mile and 1/8, 3-year-olds and up. Skippy Longstocking seems to own this race. He's won it 2 years in a row, and he's the big 7-5 favorite with Jose Ortiz to make it 3 in a row. But brother Irad sitting right next to him in the gate with Alexander Helios, which is a long shot in the race. Banishing draws the rail. You're talking about saving some, saving some ground. Banishing, it's at 7-2 with Tyler Gaffleone. And Luis Saez comes from the outside again with Willie's D's at 3-1 on the morning line. So a lot's going on in this race.
Yeah, and there's another horse in the race, the 5, Cambrino. I have no idea of how to pronounce his name.
Almighty? Cambrino Almighty?
Okay. I mean, that's an interesting 10-1 shot. But believe it or not, I agree with you. I think I like the one horse in here, Banishing. Listen, Skippy Longstockings obviously loves the track. 2 for 2. He's won this race the last 2 years, and he's earned over $3.5 million. I guess a lot of it winning these races because these are $1 million purses, Ralph.
Right.
And if he's won it twice, well, that makes up for at least a third of the $3 million he's earned. But I think Banishing may be the right horse tonight, breaking from the inside. I think he's going to work out a trip with Tyler Gaffleone. Again, no question about it. Skippy Longstocking's the horse to beat. He's coming back on 3 weeks. He didn't run well in the Whitney, but he could make up for it tonight. All
right, Banishing. Another one that you believe is going to take the shortest route to the winner's circle. So you have the 2 number 1 horses. In the Charlestown Oaks, you like the 1 horse, Indy Bay for Safi Joseph Jr. And in the Charlestown Classic, you like Banishing, and he'll be breaking from the rail as well. An exciting night of racing, that's for sure. And we'll see how these big jockeys handle those bull rings. That is a different kind of way of riding.
Absolutely different. It's nothing like a major. Everyone remembers Fairplex in California. How Pedrosa used to do so great. There are certain riders that know how to ride these bull rings. So
3 jockeys that I remember, in another lifetime when I was young and in Southern California working at Pomona. We used to call it the Pomona Fair,
right,
which is turned into Fairplex Park. But when it was originally a real 4-furlong bull ring at one time, David Flores was the king there.
Oh, yeah.
And then when they expanded to the 5 furlongs, you had a jockey named Francisco Mena. Mena was a big rider, won a lot there. And, of course, as you said, Martin Pedrosa as well. So, there is a knack to riding bull ring tracks. Not to say that these guys, some of these guys that, are national big jockeys now at places like Saratoga and Del Mar, may have cut their teeth on a bull ring somewhere.
They started at these bush tracks, a lot of them, and it's going to be a flashback for them. So
we'll wait and see, but that's going to it'll be a fun day. It starts at 2:00, and of course Del Mar has that twilight at 3:00, so you can get some of your honeydew list done earlier. In and around the races today at Saratoga, that starts at 10:10 this morning. A couple of stakes races at Saratoga. The Seeking the Ante has a big favorite there in Iron Orchid.
Yeah, it's a field of 6, Ralph. These are one-number horses. They only ran once. Iron Orchid obviously ran very well in her career debut for trainer Danny Gargan, went off 60 cents to the dollar, so they knew she was that good. I don't know. It's one race. They're all, again, they could all improve. They can go backwards. I don't take much out of one race, but she did run well first time out.
Well, the Yadu, of course, is the bigger field, the bulky field. Some will be scratched in that race, some main track onlys, but nevertheless, 16 in it. You know there's going to be late scratches in the race, and it's a wide-open affair.
I do. I like a horse in there, Ralph. I like the 2-horse, Awesome Check, a 4-year-old filly from the Horatio de Paz barn, Red Hot, Ricardo Santana riding, 6-1 on the morning line. She's going in the right direction. She has a win over Saratoga. I think she's the right horse in there at a price.
All right. We do have the scratches in that race. I'll give them to you. In that Yadu Stakes, the 9th on the card at Saratoga, scratched the 5, first time forever. Big 30-1 long shot there. And then numbers 13, 14, 15, and 16, 13 on down. The also eligibles are also scratched out of that race as well. And those are the scratches right now for the Yadu, which you like. Awesome Check. All right, we'll take your official picks now, and let's break that second-itis. You had 2 horses that ran great yesterday. I don't know why they opened the rail in that one race at Saratoga, but it gave a free run for the horse that finally beat you.
Yeah, it's not easy for a first-time starter to come up inside other horses and win, but that was the situation. The interesting thing is Brad Cox. He was 0 for his last 24 races on the dirt at Saratoga. 0 for 24, 2 for 31, and he's only 6 for 44 for the meet. That's very unlike Brad Cox. Everybody knows he's one of the top trainers in the country, so...
And he took the opportunity in that race to beat you.
Of course. I can wake anyone up, Ralph.
Okay. Where are we going today?
Let's go to the 7th race today. It's a 1.8 on the main track, and I like the number 4 horse in here, Systemic Change. This is a 6-year-old gelding from the Steve Asmussen barn. He had a couple of winners yesterday. Rider switch today to Joel Rosario, and that's because Ortiz will be at Charlestown. 4-1 on the morning line. I like number 4, Systemic Change, to win today's 7th race out at Saratoga.
All right, 7th race at Saratoga. By the way, in that race, you can scratch the 6 Steiner. Number 6 Steiner is scratched in that race, but you like the 4 Systemic Change with Joel Rosario aboard, the 4 in the 7th race today at Saratoga. And now we'll head on down to the beach in Southern California.
Let's look at the 7th race tonight, and I like the number. This is a 1.16 on the turf, and I like the number 1 horse in here, Quezon. This is a 7-year-old gelding from Mark Reinford barn. Rider switch today to Ruben Silvera. Silvera is actually doing pretty well. It's his first summer at Del Mar. He shipped to Southern California, to change things around, and he does have 5 wins at the meet. I think he's going to get a great trip in here. I think he's going to work it out. He's 12-1 on the morning line. I like number 1, Quezon, to win today's 7th race, 12-1 on the morning line out at Del Mar.
Oh yeah, time to snap that for the week and get that 12-1 shot, and hopefully, if the morning line maker's right, we'll get close to that price. 7th race, the 1, Quezon, the 1, big price in the 7th race. Jonathan Hardoon's play. Don't forget, Jonathan has a full sheet today for Del Mar and Saratoga, and I want to remind everybody, he's going to be loaded for bear tomorrow when we get to the Travers Day card. Thanks a lot, Jonathan.
Thanks, Ralph. Stay safe and be well.
Okay, tell him where to get the sheet. Oh, okay. He left. He had a phone number. Phone was ringing. Anyhow, we'll be right back. Don't go away.
Thank you, buddy.
There are many families that need your help. I'm Mark Wahlberg, and I'm asking you to support the Tunnel to Towers Foundation in their efforts to deliver mortgage-free homes to catastrophically injured service members, Gold Star, and fallen first responders families with young children, as well as eradicating homelessness amongst our veterans. Everybody knows where the money's going. Every single dollar. God bless you. Please contribute $11 a month to support their efforts by visiting t2t.org.
This is speed. This is winning. This is losing. This is smoke and fire. This is high stakes and wild cards. This is family and tradition. This is everything on the line. This is it. This is NASCAR in Las Vegas. The South Point 400, a NASCAR playoff race, October 10th through 12th. Get your tickets now. LVMS.com.
All right, back on Race Day Las Vegas. Time to go out to Rich Eng standing by. Richie, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Ralphie. Good morning, viewers. Good morning, listeners. And, the horse that I gave at Del Mar yesterday, Ralph, I've been on the show with you for 3 decades. I think that's my first pick that's ever broken through the inside rail.
As they say, the chart will probably say left the course. It went right through the inside rail. It was running around the infield for a while, but they caught him, and there was the horse is okay, and the jockey is okay. And if you noticed, especially at Del Mar, they now have, in the old days, they didn't have breakaway rails. If you hit the rail, you got hurt. I mean, but now they have those breakaway rails. And you saw the head-on, when he came out of the gate and he finally hit the rail, he just kind of went right through the rail. It wasn't like he bounced off or anything. He went right through the rail, which is another safety item, of course, now at the racetracks. That's for sure, and it's a good thing.
Yep. Yeah, and and what happens with some of these horses, that's a temporary rail because it's kind of coming out of a chute,
right.
And the horses see an opening and they go for it, and the horse took a sharp left, and that's what happened.
Yeah, no question about that. That's for sure. For all concerned, and we're happy to see that happened. And yes, Richie, when you give us a pick today, just make one priority about it and keep the horse on the course.
Yeah, after 3 decades with you, Ralph, first time that's ever happened with one of my picks. Hopefully, these will take a left turn into the winner's circle. Let's go with Saratoga first, Ralph. Race number 4 is a mile on the main track, claiming 12.5. It's that Wilson chute.
Oh, yeah.
The inside post, number 1, Peak, has Flavien Prat riding for Robert Falcone. Claimed this horse 2 back, and it's a good post at the that Wilson chute. I think Pradley used just enough horse to sit a pocket trip and then rally late. Let's go with the 1, Peak, in the 4th race.
Yes, in the 4th race, number 1, Peak. Flavien Prat is your play at Saratoga. And for those of you not too familiar with Saratoga, that 1 mile chute they have at Saratoga is a little less of a curve than the one they have at Ellis Park. So if you know the racing at Ellis Park, it's just a little chute that comes out and then turns into the main track and down, of course, the backside. So in the 4th race, the 1, Peak, Flavien Prat aboard at 7-2 in the 4th at Saratoga. What about Del Mar?
Let's go with the finale. Race 8 is a maiden, claiming 12.5. I've been using a lot of ship and win horses, and I need one of these to win. And we'll try the number 8, Evermore, at 6-1. We've got Ricky Gonzalez riding. And again, this is a ship and win horse. The horse looks kind of cheap, but those races are actually a lot better, back in Kentucky at Churchill and Keeneland. So we'll go with the 8, Evermore, in the 8th.
Okay, in the 8th race, number 8, Evermore. This is a ship and win horse, 6-1 on the morning line with Ricky Gonzalez, who's having a great meet down there at Del Mar. This kid's really riding good down there. The 8, Evermore, in the 8th race. Easy to remember, 8th race, number 8. And, of course, Richie has a full sheet of handicapping for today of Del Mar right at the racedaylasvegas.com websites. And, Richie, I would be remiss if I didn't ask you if you had a thought about the Charlestown Classic.
Well, obviously the race goes through Skippy Longstocking, but I think you guys have identified the major foe, the one banishing on the rail. Charlestown is a bull ring, but it's a tough track to come from way back. You need to be tactical speed to stay in the front part of the race, especially when you're going for $1 million. I think one banishing gets the right trip, but still it's going to be an awful tough to beat Skippy Longstocking.
All right, Richie, now we know that, the preseason for the NFL is coming to an end now. We only have a couple more preseason games before the real thing starts in the NFL. And college football is starting soon, like tomorrow, I think. So our producer, Sean, said make sure you get Richie to start giving us the football picks now, too.
Well, I've got my future book bets in for win totals under and over. So next week, maybe I'll start releasing some of those on the show.
Yeah, why don't you do that on the Wednesday show? That'd be a nice touch there. All right, thanks a lot, Rich. We'll talk to you tomorrow on Travers Day, buddy.
Hey, thanks, Ralph. Good luck, everybody.
All right, we're going to take our final break. When we come back, John and Jerry will wrap up this Friday show as the horses continue to train and work out on the nation's racetracks in the mornings for competition in the afternoons. Don't go away.
South Point is also proud to provide a variety of relaxing amenities for the guests who want to be pampered. Soak up the sun and let your stress melt away in our lagoon-style Paradise swimming pool. A relaxing getaway where you can bask in the desert sun and enjoy seasonal food and bar service poolside. And if you really want to escape, come to Spa Costa del Sur. From couple suites to a co-ed wet area, our spa caters to business and leisure travelers who want to unwind and elevate their senses. A visit to one of our spa's steam, sauna, or whirlpool treatment rooms will leave any guest feeling like they can take on the world.
Big-time, nighttime pools are always at Los Alamitos, with early Pick 4 pools of more than $175,000 on most nights, and a late Pick 4 pool of more than $150,000 on most nights. Plus, our Pick 6 pools have reached record figures in 2025, including a total pool of over $370,000 on June 15th, and record Pick 6 payouts. Big-time, nighttime pools every weekend at Los Alamitos.
The Race Day Las Vegas Show, the only exclusive daily local media racing information source in Las Vegas.
All right, back on Race Day Las Vegas. Time to go out Southern California, where Jon Lindo is standing by. John, good morning.
Good morning, Ralph. How you doing?
I'm doing fine, my man. How are you?
Good. A little warm and muggy down here, but we're not complaining. It's been a really nice summer down at Del Mar.
Well, now, we did the research on Bob Baffert and found out that half of his 16 winners have been all with 2-year-olds. He's going to unlaunch 2 big-priced 2-year-olds again Saturday in the first race at Del Mar. So he'll continue on that trend, I guess. But we were, concentrating and thinking about the ship and wins, and you have a ship and win stat on your Lindo report today.
Well, from the Del Mar the publicity man that does the notes there, the stable notes, going into this week, there have been 103 horses that have run for the ship and win purse bonuses. So that's a 25% increase year over year at the same time from last year. And the best part of that, it helps other things like field size, Ralph. Average field size at Del Mar so far at the meet is 8.6 horses. When you look at strictly the turf races, they're almost 8.89 horses. So those ship and win horses are making bigger fields, and it's better betting opportunities for us. Well,
all I can say is those turf races may have a few more horses in it, but I couldn't come up that $74 horse yesterday.
That's when the all box is your friend.
Yeah, that's right. No kidding. That outside of that, it was pretty close to the best yesterday at Del Mar. And what about the noms? Now, we have an opportunity of Nisos, journalism, and fierceness in the same race?
At least they're all nominated at the Pacific Classic. We'll find out who decides to go. Obviously, no commitments yet from the Fierceness Connections, but it was kind of a surprise to see him on the nominations list. They've got Mindframe for the Jockey Club Gold Cup back east.
Yeah.
So they don't want to run heads up against their own horse, and this would be a pretty good option. He ran second in the Breeders' Cup Classic last year to Sierra Leone. Obviously, Nisos is sitting on go. He's training really well for this race, and journalism's doing his thing in the morning, and we're still waiting to hear, and hopefully he works and shows a lot of energy and ready to go this weekend, and they give us the green thumb, let's go and run, and that would be an interesting 3-year-old against older horses in the Pacific Classic.
Not to mention the fact that Todd Schrupp on FanDuel kind of, egged it on by Rispoli had on his post asking people their opinion of whether he should send Fierceness to the Pacific Classic, and Todd was telling everybody to vote yes and get him out there. So we'll wait and see.
Well, I don't think the connections are going to be worrying about polls. They're going to do what's best for their horse,
Yeah.
and I trust them to do the right thing.
Well, it was very interesting that they decided to nominate, and the fact that they want to keep those two horses separated. If Mindframe goes in the Jockey Club Gold Cup, the next logical race would be for Fierceness, the Pacific Classic, if they want to take the trip. We'll wait and see. That's next weekend. Of course, coming up tomorrow's the big Travers Day at Saratoga, and you got a full sheet that you're going to be laying on people, right?
Right. I've got the full card ready to go. We're just waiting to see what the conditions are like tomorrow for Travers Day at Saratoga. That'll be fun. 14 races. I think they start about 8:15 our time.
Yeah.
They'll go early tomorrow.
It's going early, pal. That's for sure. And, of course, we have at Del Mar, you have the Lindo Report for today and tomorrow, the Lindo Report that covers all the races, the suggested late pick four, and all that goody information we were just talking about, plus the ship and win horses as well, all on one comprehensive sheet. The Lindo Report available here at the South Point, only at the South Point here in Las Vegas, and it's free of charge here. Where are we going today, John?
Let's go to race 3 at Del Mar. Look for the number 1 horse, Cactus Charlie, to be a late scratch today. There was a problem as far as the medication and timing, so I think he's coming out. Assuming that's the case, number 4, BG Bullet, looks like the right play in the third race. Comes off a miserable trip, just was herded after the start, squeezed in, part of a chain reaction where a couple horses got sawed off on the inside. He got disqualified. It wasn't necessarily his fault, but I think he's got a lot more tactical speed than he was able to show first time around. Mm-hmm. He handled the turf well. He finished up okay. He's 6-1 on the program. If the 1 scratches, I'm thinking 7-2 is more like it. So race 3, number 4, BG Bullet at Del Mar.
Again, it's BG Bullet. Don't confuse it with AG Bullet, but it's BG Bullet there, the 4-horse in the third race with Antonio Fresu aboard. Number 4, BG Bullet in the third. Jon Lindo's pick off the Lindo Report today at Del Mar. John, get a lot of rest, pal, because we're going to be rocking and rolling tomorrow.
Okay, and just to note that BG Bullet is related to AG Bullet. That's why you have the name.
All right. Well, we can't wait to see the other offspring come out and be CG Bullet, I guess.
Well, if he runs like Big Sis, he'll be just fine.
Yeah, you better believe it, pal. Thanks a lot, John.
Good luck today.
Going to Jerry Jacovitz now, who has his Giants hat on. Off of this preseason, you guys are already doing the Super Bowl shuffle, for goodness sakes.
I'm telling you that they look like they look so different than they've looked for so many years. I'm not talking about, bad season.
No.
Years they haven't looked this good.
They have,
It's just preseason.
You have a lot of high hope, though. Preseason, remember, is a lot of the rookies and the people trying to make the cut to get on the team. So they're doing their best, and there's some talent there.
Yeah, they seem to have depth that they never had before. So,
well, let's get some depth out of your picks now, huh? Let's go to Saratoga first.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's go over to, let me click over here. Let's go to the final race number 10.
Okay.
We're sprinting on the turf. Number 4, Alexis Zorba from the very good Michael Trombetta stable.
Mm-hmm.
Really appeals. This is just a really fast horse. She's gotten really fast as a 5-year-old, loves the 5.5 on the turf. It's not a lot to it. It's just like down the road. He does it or he doesn't. 7-2 with the Rosario up seems reasonable. I'll take the 4 over the 2, 8, 9, 10, and 11. That's the 4 over 2, 8, 9, 10, and 11. And in this case, we definitely are reversing.
Okay, I want to remind everybody, too, we did get the late scratches, and none of those horses are scratched. There's only 2 out of that race so far as the late scratches are concerned. So your pick is the 4, Alex Zorba, the 4 over 2, 8, 10, and 11, and reverse, and emphasis on the reverse on this because it looks like pretty wide open event, right?
Correct.
Okay.
2 scratches are Broderick and the Price is Truth.
Yeah, the 7 and 14. Okay, let's go to Del Mar.
Yeah, let's. We'll go to the last race there as well. It's sort of like a theme today.
Okay.
Race number 8. Number 3, Ready to Dare from Steve Sherman. This is like a lot of horses I pick at Del Mar, and they usually do pretty well. It's a turn back where the horse showed like speed in the early part and tried to compete early and had a trouble with the trip. It's a simple read, dropping a little in class. The 3 Ready to Dare at 6-1 with Anton Giorgio up. He's a decent jock.
Yeah.
Let's take the 3 over the 2, 4, 5, and 11.
Okay, so we got the 3 Ready to Dare, the 3 over 2, 4, 5, and 11. 2, 4, 5, and 11, and of course reverse. And the 8th and final race, he has Anton Giorgi for the limited amount of mounts he gets, is doing a very good job there in Southern California after moving from Northern California. And so the 3
sits nicely on a horse.
Yeah, he does. And he gets them out of the gate good too. 8th and final again, the 3 over 2, 4, 5, and 11 and reverse. Don't forget Jerry J's Power Pages for all of Del Mar and all of Saratoga available right now at jerryjspowerpage.com. And Jerry, you better get ready for tomorrow's big card at Saratoga. We're going to lean on you maybe for a thought or two about the Travers Stakes and a few other stakes races as well, okay?
I'll be working all day and all night tonight.
I know you will. So while you're working all day and all night and taking in a long day between Saratoga and Del Mar with the late post time at Del Mar, we're hopefully we'll get enough rest and get it started tomorrow on Travers Day. In the meantime, you have one more thing to say for today.
Have a great race day, everybody.
Ask Jerry if